That might have to be maybe in Washington.
Fascist!
Fascist!
Murder!
They killed and murdered Palestinians in cold blood. But what difference do we see today? People in New York were protesting against this massacre decades ago. And we still find ourselves protesting against the massacres that take place against Palestinian people. So today we not only stand here to commemorate the anniversary of this massacre, but to fight the ongoing genocide of the Palestinian people and the ongoing genocide of oppressed nationality people all over the world. That is what it means to globalize the Intifada. And when we focus on Palestine, the Intifada looks like free all Palestinian prisoners. It looks like self-liberating yourself by a spoon or a dish or any means necessary. It means defend the hunger strikers who already were victorious and are now holding off on going on hunger strike because their demands aren't met, because there is power in unity and collective action. Intifada means defunding the settler organizations that are rampant throughout the city. And we made a map of them and gave it out to you. So if you get a sheet with a map, that's a bunch of Zionist settler orgs or organizations or institutions that support not only Zionism, but the U.S. military-industrial complex in all its forms, taking places against all our people, and even creating things like tear gas that choke out on people in Palestine, here and in Ferguson, here all over the U.S. These are the institutions, and these are the organizations that we are targeting. It means defunding them. And this is a call from Palestine. While even donating to Palestinians is criminalized in the U.S., Zionists get to fund the colonization of our land, which even the U.S. considers illegal as settlements, right? But not only are they allowed to send money to settlers and settlements, they get tax deductions for it. So, the Intifada means defunding the settler organizations. It also means honoring the martyrs, the people who are often on the front lines of resistance, whether they are protesting, whether they are resisting by any means necessary. All of our martyrs deserve to be honored. Yes. Not just the babies, not just the children that the New York Times allows to grace its covers, while making it seem like Palestinian men and women deserve to be killed. It also means returning our children, because Israel doesn't stop at killing Palestinians. It also holds their bodies hostage, often not even letting families bury their loved ones. It also means ending all U.S. aid to Israel.
Yeah.
The number one recipient of military aid in the world that is taken from your tax dollars. Instead of funding the MTA that's falling apart, which we saw with Hurricane Ida, they take this money out of our tax dollars and send it as bullets in the chest of Palestinian children. And it also means ending the siege on Gaza, because we can't talk about prisoners without talking about Gaza, the largest open-air prison in the world.
Shame! Shame!
Yeah.
You all have been coming out all summer. We've been mobilizing non-stop, week after week. So many of these things are familiar to you. We had actions covering all these themes.
Really?
Because the Palestinian struggle doesn't fit into a hashtag or fit into a trend. You saw tens of thousands of people take to the streets in New York City this summer. And just because we don't see the same amount of numbers now, that's not a setback. Because it means that the people who are here now are the people who we know are going to be here. Not just when Palestine is trending. And the passion that the people here have outnumbers meaningless before that, they want to say a few things to you, and we also want to orient y'all for coming out today. Thank you for coming out for Palestine, for being a part of this. You're going to see it go all over the world. Let's show them how we do in New York City.
I just want to say a couple of things. The first one is, with Globalize the Intifada, part of what we're trying to say here in this city to workers, to students, to our family, to our friends, with Globalize the Intifada, whatever you're working on, fossil fuel divestment, take that action, but at the same time, we're really building towards collective power, right? That isn't specific about the institution, but it is about unsettling everything, right? So think about Globalize the Intifada as, what does it mean for us to enact revolution now in the streets, to actually take direct action, for us to identify the institutions that are upholding the occupation of Palestine and targeting them through creative directive action, sabotage, all the ways that are necessary for us to both win, raise awareness, find each other, because we are serious about what we're talking about. It's no longer about NGOs. It's no longer about just like campus struggle. These people hide in the institutions where we learn. They hide in the institutions where we work. And what we need to do is hold these institutions, transform them, take them on for this collective liberation that we're serious about. So today when we march, we're taking the streets. But we're also doing it with a lot of care and a lot of love. So if you have any warrants, if you're a person that feels, marginalized, if you feel that you're picked on, if you are black, if you are indigenous, if you are a migrant, you are more susceptible to the NYPD. Take care of each other, make autonomous decisions on your own. There's a main march today, but then there's a lot of autonomy around. So let's beautify the city, let's take it back, let's heighten awareness, let's build our numbers, and don't talk to the cops, because fuck the police.
Start getting ready to get going soon. Again, we're doing this with as much care as we can while we take the streets up until a certain point, and then people can make their own decisions on how to move forward. But just keep in mind, we've been taking the streets all summer. We don't need tens of thousands of people to shut down and disrupt this city. And as long as Palestinians are facing genocide, as long as Palestinians are resisting colonization by any means necessary, we must do the same here in New York City. We have to up the stakes. We have to up the stakes, not only for ourselves, not only because all of these Zionist organizations exist around us, and yes, they should be afraid. They should be afraid that they exist so brazenly while they support the ongoing genocide of the Palestinian people. Not only to unsettle them, but to inspire people around the country and around the whole world to do the same. We're gonna keep chanting while we get into formation, but we need people to pick up the banners. We need our banners in the front. We got people wearing armbands who can help direct you. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. All our lands will be free. All our lands will be free. And we will free Palestine. We will free Palestine. Within our lifetime. Within our lifetime. We will free Palestine. We will free Palestine. Within our lifetime. Within our lifetime. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada
Intifada